G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie here. I hope you're all doing tickety-boo. I hope we're all still high on the vapours of victory. I tried doing a live stream, it didn't work, so here we go. It's me in the past talking now. Go through some player ratings. This is the third time I've done this. I've probably given them different scores every time, but it's how I'm feeling right now. And as more as I cogitate and ruminate, maybe things change a little bit. But no one's getting an F this game. I'm going to be all full of Alistair Gold positivity, I think. And after I do the player ratings, I'm going to introduce you to the Dreamometer, which is something I started doing last year, but ended up ripping it up about January time out of frustration for our lousy performances. Right, so player ratings. In goal, Vicario. What else do you have to do? He had a few doubters after pre-season and Brentford. I wasn't one of them. I like a goalkeeper who's a bit of a nutcase, who's a bit vocal, bit of all that. Pulled off some amazing saves, didn't he? Reflex saves. He just looks like a guy that dominates his area. I think we can feel pretty comfortable with him between the sticks. Number of saves, distribution was good. He's got to have a 10. There we go. He's got to have a 10. What more does he have to do? Left back, we had Destiny Udogie, who defensively was really good. I mean, he was getting right up the fella that was trying to get past him, right up him. Didn't get beaten many times at all. Started, after not being too involved with the play, started really linking up with Basuma really well. When they started doing fancy flicks and stuff, I couldn't believe what I'm watching. So I'm going to give Destiny, I'm going to give him an 8. Van der Ven at centre half. Was caught out a little bit early on, but then didn't let it faze him. Got his act together pretty quickly. Really good partnership with Romero building there. I'm telling you what, that's going to be special sizzle sauce coming there in defence. Rock solid. An understanding between the pair of them is building for sure. He's so big. He's massive, man. He's massive. He's intimidating. He's good in the air. He's very calm with the ball. You know, he's not trying to panic like a bit of a. So I won't mention other defenders' names. You know, this is a new Postecoglou era after all. So Van der Ven, I'm going to give him a 7. Romero right back, right of centre half. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Thought he didn't put a foot wrong. All these scurrilous rumours about him being out of control and needs to rein it in. I think who wouldn't be annoyed playing in that team last year a little bit. And I think the vice captain's virtual pretend armband is a good move by Postecoglou. It's dismantled the old world order and brought in his own new world order, the Ange world order. So I'm going to give him a Romero 7 as well. Now, right back we had Pedro Porro. Man, I was getting a little bit worried about him at the beginning because he was standing off his man a little bit, wasn't getting stuck in, so the attacker was having options of what to do. But he sorted that out and then started using his pace to kind of cut those attacks off before they became an issue. Unlucky not to score. What a great shot. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. And very exciting. Well done, Pedro Porro. You got in there, mate. You got in there. And then I'm in midfield. What a gluttony of riches we've got in midfield now. James Maddison, I have to give him an 8. I mean, man, that guy can dribble, can't he? A number of times he took the ball in their own half, and I thought he was going to run into trouble. I thought, oh no, what are you doing, Maddie? What's his name? Mads? I don't know. Maddison. I'll just call him Maddison. And then he just skipped past players and then just bugger off up the pitch. It was just bewildering. Maybe he didn't find Sonny enough at the top. But you know, who cares, man? It was a great game. I'm going to give him a 7.5. 7.5. Then for me, the 2 stars of the show, Pape Matar, blistering. I like this kid since I think the first time I saw him might have been January, but Conte didn't give him a go, and I just really liked the way he played. He was all over the place. No wonder he was substituted after 70 minutes. He must have been absolutely buggered, knackered. And it wasn't just the way he was running around, passing and all that sort of stuff. It was his tackling. He would come screaming in out of nowhere when a Man United were going up the wing. He'd come screaming out of nowhere, and he's so fast, but he's so precise with his tackles. I don't know what this kid can't do. And for me, he was my man of the match. I'm giving him a flat out 10. 10 points straight away, easy. Basuma. I think that was Gary Neville's pick of man of the match. Not mine, but I mean, it was a struck match between the two of them. Let's face it. Marked out a little bit by Fernandes early in the game, but then somehow I don't know what happened. If we gave Man United too much to think about, or Basuma lost his marker, or Fernandes was taking his eye off the ball. I don't know quite what happened, but after about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. He started coming more and more into the game. When he did, you just couldn't get him out. You couldn't get him out. He's like, some relative that you have over for dinner and they're still there at midnight. TV's closed down. They've had the national anthem and they're still there. And you try and drop things like bowls of fruit. He just won't go. And you can't get the ball off him, which is a bit more fun than a relative. I thought he was amazing, outstanding. And the confidence on the guy, I loved it. I loved to see his swagger like that. Back heels, side kicks, just spinning and running, losing players. It was. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I still can't, man. I watched the game again earlier today because at 2:30 in the morning I can't crank up the old hi-fi system, and it was beautiful to hear the noise of the crowd, man. I've not heard anything like that. I've talked to a few people now that went to the game, and they're all saying the same thing. It's like a party atmosphere. It was happy. People were smiling, wanting to talk about the game afterwards instead of trying to blot it out of their minds like, some Vietnam experience. It just, happy days are at White Hart Lane. I'm so glad to see it. Front three, Son, I thought he was really good, man. I'm going to give him 7.5. I might even give him an 8. I'll give him a 7.5 because it doesn't really matter what scores I give, does it? It's just something to chat about. Much better than last week. Found a lot of space up on that left-hand side. Was doing really smart things with the ball. Seemed to be G'ing players up around him as well. So well done, Son. Never doubted him. He's too good to doubt. On the right-hand side, Kulusevski. I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 because he did create the goal, and he gave Man United something to think about over there, which is more than he did really against Brentford a lot of the time. So he's coming good. He's Kulu. And then finally up front, Richarlison. Maybe the only disappointment of the game is first touch. First touch was pretty heavy a lot of the time, man. But he did hold up the ball. He did work hard. He's just not finding those areas of space like a centre forward that I'm used to, like you see a centre forward doing, like Harry Kane or Clive Allen. The ball was always, not quite right for him, but a good centre forward. They're kind of psychic. They're weirdos. They just get into the right place at the right time, and that's not luck, it's skill. But he did start coming good in the second half. He started doing more football-y type things. Still a little worried about him, but if he keeps on improving, hey, you can't complain. You can't complain. So from the starting 11, best performance I've seen from Tottenham in a long time. In a long time. I was very happy with what I saw. Substitutes, the ones I can remember because I'm doing all this off the top of my head. Perisic, he set up Ben Davies' wonder scuff goal. So I think he's a useful guy to bring on as a sub. Useful guy. If our wingers up there are getting a bit knackered, he's the man to bring on. So for his fairly short cameo, I'm going to give him a 7. And then Manor Solomon was the one. Royale, I didn't really see him do much, but Manor Solomon, I'll give him a 7 as well because he looked tricky. He gave Man United some trouble. So there you go, all around. Ange Postecoglou, let's give him a score. I'm going to give him a 10 because he just got the crowd. If the crowd is singing like that, your name for 90 minutes, who am I to give anyone, poo-poo anyone? Who am I to wee on someone's rainbow, It's got to be a 10, hasn't it? It's got to be a flat-out 10. Big Ange, the train's going. Woo-woo! Now, I'm going to introduce you all to this this revolutionary new football concept I've got, and I'll move myself over the side, and I didn't realise I was so high up, so we'll just scroll down. The Dreamometer. Now this is something I did last year a bit on the Irish Hotspur. I did it on a paper plate, and by the time January came around I was so annoyed with the way that the season was going, I just ripped up my dreams. So I've done a new improved unrippable one on the computer. Here we go. I'll just explain how it all fits together, folks. So last year we got 60 points. So that little, this is going to be annoying, isn't it, lefts and rights, that little brown dotted line in on the 60, that brown dotted line of shame, that's what we got last year. Now on the left hand side here, points gained. For example, we drew with we snatched the draw out of the defeat of victory last year against Man United at home. We got 1 point last year, but we got 3 points this year. So look at that, we've gained 2 points. So I'm predicting already we're going to be on 62 points. The draw at Brentford was the same as last year, a draw, so no change there. And it's really hard to do this. So there we are, 62 points. On this side is Dreamometer Classic, which means we're heading into UEFA Conference League territory already, my friends, already. Now on the right hand side, the pro rata, is that what I called it? Points pro rata. We've played 2 games. We've got 4 points. That's 2 points per game, which over 38 points is 76. 76. So according to that measure, we're in the UEFA. Job done. Job done. Job done. We're in the UEFA Champions League already. If that's on my left-hand side, I've got to point that way. That's it. Yeah, okay. I've just got to think instead of looking at the screen. So according to that, we're in UEFA Champions League already. So I'll update that along with the player ratings after each game this season. Join me on the ride. I'm stoked. I'm looking forward so much to the game against Bournemouth on the weekend. We've got a run of 3 winnable games plus that League Cup fixture with Fulham. Don't forget that one. The start for Cup glory begins there. But I'm buzzing, man, as I can feel a lot of, and I've seen and talked and felt a lot of Spurs fans all over the world are feeling the same vibe, man. So great to see Ange has had that effect. So until next time, folks, I'll just say peace and love, man. Peace and love. And come on, you Spurs!